Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin, and today I wanted to make another video talking about 5 things to do to save money. And I'm in frugal mode at the minute. I've only been spending money on like getting prepared for Christmas because I know I need to do it gradually or I just get overwhelmed. But I'm trying to keep things simple this year and not go as like over the top. Not that I usually go crazy, but just I want to tone it all down, and I'm trying to move away more and more from places like Amazon. I cancelled my Wild subscription and got Fussy instead because it's been bought up by a corporation, and I've just been thinking more about like where my money goes and what I want to support and what I don't agree with. So yeah, that has helped me with my frugal living as well. So number 1 is one that I have kind of mentioned before, where I've said to copy out your transactions on your bank statements. But with this one, print off a bank statement and underline in red all of the unnecessary purchases. And don't do it as a way of like beating yourself up, but just to kind of show yourself like where your money's actually going and how much of it is being spent unnecessarily, and how all those little kind of impulse buys can really add up, even if they're small amounts individually. And I just think doing this like now and again it's something that really helps me to have like a reality check and realize where I'm wasting money and to kind of get on top of my spending. Number 2 is one that I always go on about because, you know, I love the library and I love reading, and it's to read and read some more, because when you're reading, you're not spending. Like when you're reading, you're not scrolling on your phone and you're not exposed to adverts, you're just immersed in the book that you're reading. And if you put your phone well out of reach, like you won't go back and forth between the two. And reading is deeply satisfying, and I feel like it just slows everything down in your mind and in your life. And I just love getting really into a book. And you can get so many books for free at your library, you don't even need to buy any. And I just think it's a really good hobby to have if you are trying to save money. And there are so many books out there that even if you think it's not for you, like you're bound to come across something that appeals to you in a certain genre. So it's always good to try something new and just see how it goes. And I just think you can read on your phone too, but it's not the same experience. There's something about reading a paperback or a hardback book, and yeah, it just kind of like brings you into the moment in a way that reading on your phone I don't think really does. Number 3 is to basically reward yourself, like create a reward system for yourself for when you resist the urge to spend. So if you feel like the urge to spend kind of coming up and you manage to overcome it and not give into it, reward yourself with something else. Like have treats available to yourself that you know that will motivate you. Like it could be like doing your favorite craft, like reading the book that you're addicted to at the minute, watching a series that you love, making yourself a special coffee or hot chocolate, having some of your favorite chocolate or sweets. Like I think it's important to replace shopping with something else that feels like a treat, because then you don't feel deprived and you're not as likely to kind of like fall off the wagon and go back to it. So I just think it's good to acknowledge when you're doing well with not spending money and treat yourself for that. And it doesn't have to be in a costly way. Number 4 is to do a no spend weekend or week. And then when you have finished it, kind of assess like how much you've spent the previous week or weekend compared with the no spend one. And it'll kind of open your eyes to the huge difference even a couple of days can make. I just think that like there are so many small purchases we make along the way, especially in our society the way it is now. It's like designed to kind of constantly tempt us and make us think we need to buy something and we need to hurry out and grab something before it's gone. And if you just make the conscious decision to not spend anything and then compare it with a time when you have just been spending as you normally would when you're not trying to control it, you'll see a massive difference, and it'll just motivate you to do it more often. And finally, number 5 is to do self-led therapy, because I do think that shopping is like directly connected to our emotions, and some people use it to kind of self-regulate or to like even or even if it's not for that, like you can just get too excited and impulsive and spend without thinking about the consequences. And I think if you find free ways to kind of give yourself therapy, like use online resources, there's so many videos on YouTube around that. You don't have to pay for expensive therapy. You can journal and kind of reveal a lot about yourself as you go and write out everything that's on your mind, and it just redirects that energy away from shopping. And you can also do art therapy as well and kind of put your feelings onto paper and make something physical out of them and kind of rid your system of them. And I think that shopping is kind of like a really flimsy bandage that covers like other wounds, and we have to find what kind of like is a more effective method of dealing with that wound rather than just sticking a plaster on it and hoping for the best. And then as soon as the kind of momentary excitement of having bought something passes, you just need to keep buying something else to keep feeding it. So yeah, I just think it's not the solution, and I have been finding the more I hide away from it, the calmer I feel. And I really don't like the fact that near Christmas time, like already the traffic has increased so much on the roads. It's stressful driving anywhere. I just don't really want to be out there. Like hibernating in my house is kind of like what I want to do most at the minute. And I was actually going to go swimming today again, but I decided against it because I felt like I needed a gentle day with no running around. And my daughter finishes school early today anyway, so I am actually working on some sewing projects instead. I made this dress yesterday and I still have very little confidence in my sewing skills, but I'm just trying anyway. So yeah, this is the front. So it's like a jumper dress. It's made with a kind of stretchy, thick fabric, so it's really cozy for winter, and it has like a turtleneck. And it actually was very quick to make. There were only like 5 pattern pieces, so I think I sewed it together in like an hour. But yeah, obviously it took longer to cut out the fabric and everything, but it worked out well, and I wore it for a while yesterday and it was actually really comfortable. I'm also kind of revisiting things that I'm not happy with. Like for example, I made this a while ago to wear under a pinafore that I made, and I love the fabric and the gold buttons on it, but I feel like there's something not quite right with the structure of it, like the way it sits. So I'm going to alter it a little bit and see if it makes a difference and try and salvage it, because at the moment the shape that it is putting me off wearing it and it's just not comfortable, and I'm aware of it. So I'm going to try my best to fix that if I can. And I also have the matching pinafore which I made, but because there's no interfacing, I feel like you can see all of the kind of raw edges, but you can't see it when you're wearing it. But I just want to kind of tack them down so that they don't kind of turn inside out whenever I'm wearing it, if that makes sense. And I also finished the sleeves yesterday for a jumper that I'm making with my crochet. So yeah, it's gonna have like, it has like a wavy sleeve, and yeah, I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's taken a while to do, and now I'm working on the body of it. I've also been indulging in my guilty pleasure of reading Agatha Christie. I'm reading Lord Edgware Dies, and yeah, so far it's really good, because I read another book of hers recently, and I've always loved Agatha Christie since I was a kid, but this one was it was The Clocks, I think, and I find it quite disappointing. So sometimes they can be a bit hit or miss, but I do think that she's amazing, and the number of books she wrote, it's just crazy. And I'm having my pumpkin latte as usual. And tonight I'm actually going to the jazz club with my mum, so yeah, I have free tickets to that, and that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a cozy day. I need to make pizza dough and get ready for everybody being off school, and I just want to work on little like quiet projects and get some reading done. So I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and I will see you soon.